Hello beautiful souls, this is Vidya Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys in this week's pep talk and empowerment. Twin flame and limerence, what this means in a twin flame journey, and why or how or if this concept is even true. We're going to dive deep into this particular topic. There were some topics that were out there, similar topics on YouTube by some YouTubers that tied limerence into the twin flame journey, whether they are twin flame themselves or they tend to think that they're an expert. We're gonna go into that video. This is a video that you do not want to miss because there's a lot of misinformed videos out there on YouTube platform regarding a lot of things that are not even that. So we're gonna dive deeper into this topic, but before we actually do, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit like. When you hit the like button, it actually helps my video to circulate around, and I sincerely appreciate it. And not to forget to hit the subscribe button. It helps my channel to grow, and as well you will not miss any future videos that I have. I have tons of topics that I want to actually push out before the year ends, so hopefully I'll be able to do a couple of more videos with time permitting before the year ends. If not, then definitely in January, so you may want to stay tuned to that. If you want to book any private sessions with me, you can do so as well. Link is in the description box. You can purchase and book directly from my website, and I want to add that 10% of Twin Flame Union sales also go to charity. All that information is on my website. You can check that out as well. So this brings me to the topic that I chose, and the reason why I chose this topic is I saw a few videos out there on YouTube platform regarding limerence, and for some reason some of them actually mentioned twin flame journey, or people that are in twin flame journey dealing with a twin flame as part of limerencing. So I decided to actually write a blog on this. I'm actually working on it at the moment, so my blog will be posted in my website soon. I don't know how fast I can get it out there, but it is a blog that I'm working on. But I decided to also do a YouTube video on it, just because a lot of you you are not really blog readers. Some of you do both, but others, you are just strictly YouTubers, or you just prefer to be watching this kind of video. So we're gonna dive into the topic, which is twin flames and limerence. So if this is a concept that you have not known before, I'm going to actually explain what limerence is. So, and this is of course straight from Google. It's an uncontrollable desire for someone, an obsession that consumes a person's thoughts and emotions. Limerent is the person that desires, so this would be the supposedly this would be the person that is the chaser twin flame, and the runner twin flame would be Limerence, and this is the person that is being desired. So again, this concept here in the textbook dictionary definitely kind of fits the bill when it comes to twin flames, because it is what it is. It's described very well here in the definition of it. But if everything was just black and white when it comes to definition, life wouldn't be what it is, right? We all have, there's always two sides to a coin, and there's always something else that kind of explains everything else. So if this makes sense. So yeah, I know that a lot of YouTubers, what they did was they looked at the the meaning behind the definition behind the Limerence aspect, and they decided to mention it, that people that are in twin flame journey, that are twin flames, dealing with the twin flame, they're actually doing this. So again, unless you are a twin flame yourself, unless you are dealing with a twin flame, unless you are dealing with all the aspects of twin flame journey and what it consists of, you will not actually be an expert about it. And that's some of those YouTubers that are there on this platform that are teaching it that way. And of course, this journey is confusing as is. So when viewers are confused and they don't know how to make sense of anything, they look at these videos and they watch it and they think that that's what the journey is. And yes, this is a good explanation for to make sense of what they're going through. So the way that I would explain it to you, the way that I understand it, and I've had a couple of clients actually mention it to me when it came to the journey, because they mentioned about Limerence and how they were watching some people that were talking about it on their YouTube platform. And I said, well, it really isn't as black and white as they make it sound like. So it's part of the soul journey. And I actually have my notes, so I keep looking here to just stay on course with what I'm trying to say here. Because twin flame connection, by now you all know, is a soul connection that is a very spiritual connection, meaning that you are in a spiritual journey, and not everybody that is on a spiritual journey will deal with a twin flame. It's not part of their soul contract to live a twin flame experience or deal with a twin flame journey, twin flame, and be in a journey. So, and I've met so many people that are spiritual, very spiritual, but they have no concept of what twin flames are. So when it comes to being an expert on that field, I feel that those people that have some influence on social media of some kind should not be talking about or teaching people regarding the journey. That's just misleading, and it's confusing the collective consciousness. So this is my take on it. You guys can let me know what you feel. Some of you have been following me for a very long time, and you know that I'm a twin flame that is in a twin flame journey, dealing with a twin flame, as well as trying to teach it to a lot of you that are so confused, and trying to make sense of it in every way, dissecting it, making sure that my topic is always different from the other topic. And they're versatile. I'm not running the same topic in a different way. To make my channel grow, I have content and I have teachings to back it up too. So what I'm trying to say is that when there's people out there that are saying things like that, if it doesn't align with you, it's because it's not supposed to. So that's one of the things that I'm gonna say. Be mindful of, watch your intuition and see how just kind of follow your heart and pay attention to your intuition, because that's going to tell you whether this is resonating or not. So when it comes to a twin flame connection, it is a spiritual connection. You didn't decide to just live a twin flame experience just because you felt like it. This is something that you plan to do in this lifetime before you incarnated. And that was your higher self, your soul, that chose to do that. And of course, you also have your soul counterpart, your twin flame, that chose to live this sort of experience with you. So it's not by chance that you stumbled on this journey. This was very, very much so pre-planned. It has nothing to do with you losing your marbles. You need help psychologically or mentally. You don't have a disorder. Right? It's something that is what you chose to do, to live that twin flame experience in this lifetime with your counterpart. Whether you've met your twin flame or not, whether they're in embodiment or not, whether they're with their karmic or not, it doesn't matter. The journey is as is. So let's not complicate it to anything more than that. So it is first and foremost a soul journey, right? And in the soul journey, you have chosen this experience to be lived in the way that is by a script. So some of you got your awakening much later in your life. Some of you, I have also some twin flames that have been awakened to the journey in their 20s, some of you in your 30s, some of you in your 40s, and some of you in your 50s and 60s. It doesn't matter the age. It's what your soul chose to do, and it was definitely scripted. You didn't do this prematurely. So, and a lot of times you get awakened to the twin flame journey when you actually meet your counterpart. Some of you dealt with the catalyst twin flame before you met them in physical reality, and after that you met your twin flame. So there's so many different ways that it'll come to you. Some of you actually were married to your twin flame and then they passed away, or if you were in a significant relationship with them, then they passed away, and then you found out that they were your twin flame because you got the awakening then. Some of you definitely knew all your life along and you haven't met your twin flame, but you know that he's out there or she's out there because you feel them energetically. So there's so many ways that the journey will come to you in the way that it does. I just want to say that when it comes to Limerence, the obsession part, when it consumes your thoughts and emotions regarding the person, is also part of the script. So it's not that it is a disorder of some kind, or that you need help to to remove them out of your thoughts. Pretty sure that by now you all have tried removing them out of your thoughts and you can't. And it goes not just one-sided. It goes when you're dealing with a twin flame. This is why I say always to people, do the twin flame 72-hour test so that you can actually rule that out, to make sure that they are also your true twin flame in that sense, so that you know that whatever you are feeling, they're feeling as well, as a mirror effect. If you have, if they are in your mind 24/7 and they are part of your obsession, what makes you think that it's not received on the other end, no matter what they are doing in physical reality? If they've ghosted you, if they are dealing with a karmic, or anything that life presents them, it doesn't matter, because their thoughts and emotions are also consumed just as much as yours is. So in that sense, Limerence doesn't really, apply here on the way that, yes, definition-wise it does, but the way that everybody else is presenting it on YouTube, it definitely doesn't, because it's not one-sided. A lot of YouTubers will mention it like it's one-sided and you actually need to snap out of it. I always say that in a twin flame connection, it's not one-sided, never is. So in that sense, It is kind of true, but not really. And the fact that you have your thoughts and emotions so consumed of your twin flame is because that's that carrot your soul dangles in front of you. It's the only way that you would be listening to your healing and growth. No other way, because it has to be something that's so irresistible. Usually, think about it this way: if something isn't presented to you that irresistibly, you will not be interested in putting in the work. So, and your soul is the higher version of you. It understands and knows you better than you think. So what this means is that when they chose your twin flame as a juicy carrot or a dangling prize, it was there for that reason, so that it catapults you into your soul growth, your soul healing, and your soul alchemy. And the only reason why this is the case is so that you can dive into your own inner union process. So when it comes to twin flames, you've heard this 1,000 times, that it is a spiritual journey, but it's also a self-transformation journey. And for those that understand that aspect, they do so well in the journey, because there's so many rewards to this, right? So, but for those that don't understand, the deep aspect of the journey, in those non-twin flames that tie in the Limerence aspect into the twin flame connection, teaching it as well, I want to say that it's they are misinformed because they don't understand there's a spiritual journey of self-transformation, meaning that all twin flames they need to do a lot of inner work. And I don't know any twin flame in today's time that have not heard this already 1,000 times. They have, and they also have done inner work in order for them to know that that's, and they've done in different ways, and are still doing it in different ways in order for them to see the results as well. There's going to be some that have not even begun it, but I wouldn't say that they haven't heard it, right? They have. So every twin flame, of course, takes this journey very differently. If you are out there obsessing about your twin flame and waiting for them to come back, and waiting for them to unblock you, while you're just waiting, twiddling your thumb, most likely that hasn't happened, where they have come back in that kind of state. Usually for those twin flames that are focused on themselves, focused on their career, focused on their business, focused on their health and well-being, and they are having fun as well with their friends and family. Now in 2024, almost 2024 now, 2023 in December, we're not in a lockdown mode anymore with the COVID. So meaning that there's travel has opened up, so people are traveling and enjoying their life and living their life. So if you are in that kind of situation where you're going to school, traveling, focused on work and just having fun, that sort of thing, you're not waiting for your twin flame to return, frantically, then you are on the right path, and you are doing that inner transformation. When you are in a spiritual journey, you'll see so many things that happen along with your healing. You see, people and things kind of change drastically to align you into the higher vibration that you are getting into. You're leaving a lot of 3D paradigm, 3D vibration behind, and you're anchoring into the 5D. Once you are in that process, then definitely you are on the right track. And yes, you're not really limerencing when it comes to that. So I just wanted to mention it like that because I think there's just enough confusion out there when it comes to these kind of things. And there is so many aspects of the journey. I actually, in my last pep talk and empowerment, I even talked about twin flames and their karmics, what this meant. And with this, because it is a spiritual journey, and yeah, you can go back and have a look at that video if you haven't, in the pep talk and empowerment playlist. You'll see that one. If you are dealing with a karmic, or your twin flame is with a karmic, I just want to say that that is all part of the soul agreement. It has nothing to do with limerencing over your twin flame, or you are the limerent and they are the limerence, right? So and try not to watch those kind of videos that are out there, because that really confuses people. And it's, yes, in a different note, if you are not dealing with a twin flame and you're not in a twin flame journey, then if you're obsessing over somebody and you cannot think about anybody else other than them, your emotions are tied to them, then I would say yes, take therapy. It's probably a good idea to see why this is in your auric field and why you are going through it so much. I guess one of the things that you need to ask is, you can go in a meditative state and ask. If you are just a viewer that's watching this, that's not in a twin flame journey, and you're dealing with somebody like that, you can ask your soul to give you insights as to why this is happening to you. Because one thing that I have seen is that nothing is presented to you without a reason. Whether you are in a twin flame journey, or you're dealing with a soulmate, or some sort of divine counterpartnership, or anything in general, you can always ask your soul why this is being presented to you. Another thing that I want to say is, if you find that if you're finding that lots of connections that you are coming across have the same repeated patterns, romantic interest wise, you can ask why this is being presented to you as well, because there's just so many reasons why this is. This could be also a cycle up pattern that you need to heal and resolve. It's one of those things that you have to kind of know yourself and dig into it. It's not something that somebody else can point out, unfortunately. It's an inner work. And that's why I say that when it comes to the twin flame journey, it is an inner work in every sense. And you really have to dissect it in that way. So, and it's not easy. You cannot do it alone. And that's why people like, me, that's teaching it, giving you guys different kind of healing ways and giving ideas on how to heal. There's so many people that are out there that are serving their mission this way to make your journey a little bit easier, or to give you guys the right guidance. And I want to say in today's platform here that for those that have come across those videos that are talking about twin flames and limerence, or twin flame limerenting, whatever it is, I just want to say, don't, click it away. Don't listen to it, because it's going to really confuse you. You're not dealing with somebody that you randomly met in this lifetime. This is somebody that you've been dealing with for lifetimes. And there's so much history there between you and them. And you need to know what the history is in order to understand what's happening in your connection. And you didn't just meet them by chance. It was meant to find you the way that it did, by a perfect script that you scripted some time ago. And it's now presented to you the way it is. So with that, this was a very short video that I wanted to do on twin flame and Limerence. I hope that this made sense to you. And of course, like I said, I'm doing the article on this, so stay tuned to that. This was Twin Flame Union, bringing you guys twin flame and Limerence. Stay blessed.